starting this clip back off because my ISO was all messed up and it was too dark. So that's how we're starting this video, with it was too dark. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. As usual, I'm gonna start some constant content got kicked in the nuts by I'm sick and just getting over it. It's 10 or 11 days since the last video, which sucks. I don't know if I'm the one who got sick and I gave it to the kids, or if the kids got sick and then gave it to me. But either way, the whole house was just congested, snot, bleh, just sounded like crap. I feel like crap still. Just try to get in the swing of things today. We're gonna knock out a tiny little video. I was actually in the middle of filming a video on Blue for the new sponsor, little clip stuff there that I don't want to show behind you because it's gonna give away a bunch of stuff. And then I had a bunch of parts that were supposed to show up for the wife's bag 64. You can see I was in the middle of wiring her Harley, which me being sick and working is the worst thing in the world. I'm trying to remember, stare at the screen, stare at the new microphone, or not stare, aim the new microphone when I talk, don't turn it around because you can't hear crap when I do that. Yeah, like I was saying, me being sick, I get so frustrated so fast and I'm just so annoyed. So trying to do something while I was sick, I was messing with the wife's wiring on her handlebars. This is supposed to be inside the handlebars. It's not anymore. I broke one solder joint and I got so mad I just grabbed that harness and tore it out. So now I have a new harness on the way to fix her freaking Harley so she can go ride before summer is completely over. I'm focused on Blue and her 64, but today neither of those are getting touched. Today we're messing with a table and a bunch of other things. So I've had this stupid fab table put together for so long and it sucks. It's not even a fab table. It's a piece of 1/8" steel with, yes, these are 64 Chevy long bed supports cut, and yeah, so I just need a table. I need the table to stop wobbling because when I cut things, and can you see that? Yeah, there's no support. So just going through, chopping up some little stuff that I had laying around. This is like the theme of the whole channel, I guess, is everything is just reused, thrown together stuff. So yeah, my table is made from like a wheel rack and bed supports from a 64 Chevy pickup. So now that we're going to finish this, I'm just going to cut one more support, weld it in place. The table will be sturdy. If you do notice, I've been cleaning, which is something. I don't know if it's anything actually, but this needs clean. Messing with her tank down there. Oh, it's going to get all bright again on me, of course, but run into the microphone. This is the main thing, is downstairs is, look at this, it's amazing. I can actually walk. Everything's lit up for once. Don't mind all the broken LS's and heads and all that stuff. We'll deal with that at some point, but slowly turning the downstairs. I can't stand up fully in one side of the basement because my head and the microphone run into, like, literally. I know you can't see anything, but my head is almost in line with the rafters. And the HVAC is, so yeah, that side of the basement sucks, but this side's real nice. So we come back through here, and yeah, this is the powder coating side. This is my side where I have my little machine shop and all that stuff. But instead of rambling, let's cut some metal and weld it in place. Yeah, that's gonna make me feel better, sure. Why not? Perfect timing, actually. Putting all this away, I gotta remember, camera does not like when the microphone is just aimed away like this. Pretty sure the volume sucks when it's like this, but it's better when it's like this. So yeah, putting this away. Table doesn't wiggle, no jiggle, doesn't fold. If that's what TikTok is, I'm not into that stuff really. Tried to do it and tried to keep all up with that, but yeah, messing with Blue Truck, trying to keep myself in the camera and this, so the man, not feeling good, and just yeah. But yeah, like I said, wiring, getting some wiring messed with, just trying to keep myself occupied, and actually pretty stoked. The box I was looking for that was supposed to be here 2 days ago finally showed up from Classic Industries. This is some parts for Blue, but mainly this is some parts for that guy hiding over there in the bushes. Or not in the bushes, behind the, but yeah, the wife's bag 64. The 64 has just been chilling for a long time. We've been waiting for a door latch and the bolts so the door would close for the longest damn time. It's actually really cool because, where do I have, hiding back here, I have the door panel for the driver's side and everything. So we'll be able to put the door panel on, we'll be able to bust this box open, get all these parts out, and show you the goodies for the Blue Truck, and then, like I said, door latch, some bolts and stuff for the 64. But before I in this Rambletron, like I was saying, before I finished welding the table, and as they pulled up with my late box, messing with some wiring with the Blue Truck, which is perfect timing because what's in the box goes with the wiring. So heater wiring, this is actually the heat wiring. This is actually the heater, relay, and the power wiring here. And then this is the AC request and AC stuff here. We're gonna be leaving the AC wiring and all that for the time being. We're just not gonna have AC because I have to go through and I have to figure out, I have Duramax stuff, I have Duramax lines, I have all that junk. I just don't know, the compressor, I have all that. I don't know how to hook any of that up. I've never had AC. Currently, you see DMAX swap, AC delete. So for now, we're gonna leave the AC delete, figure out the wiring, get the heat and all that back to working, because at least it's Pacific Northwest. At least I'll have heat for now, defrost and all those goodies. We'll have the wiring, like I said, for the AC, and then we'll figure out together how to make the stock square body stuff, make the something will happen or we'll end up with cold air. Instead of a ramble, let's bust this box open, see what's inside of it. We have new chrome trim arches for the front of the truck. This will pop open in a second and we'll see what it has to do with the heat exactly. This is new bolts, which you can't see because it's so dang light, and new latch and everything for the 64. Alright, so now that we have that little stuff done, we knocked out the arches, the arch trim, whatever you want to call it, fender trim. We knocked out the glove box door latch. My neighbor has been pressure washing for so long, it's annoying the crap out of me because every clip has that stupid sound in the background. But yeah, we got all that done. Now we're on to the next part. The next part actually gave me instructions, which is never really a good sign for what's about to happen, especially because it's like a universal-ish part. But we're gonna see some pieces here where, ignore my lunch wrapper. This comes with me, and you'll see this is actually part of the old heat and AC box. So out here, you see where it's cut for the shock tower, all through there. That exposed part of the firewall is actually the heater core. So the issue there is there's no way to seal the heat, the air, the whatever that passes through from the blower motor to the inside of the cap. So right now, I was gonna do something with some fiberglass or some metal. That's how we do it usually, the cheap ghetto method per se. That's why I actually kept those pieces when I cut them, because the only reason I had to cut any of that was for the shock towers. You can't really get a really good view where everything is through the inner fender, because I had it all off when I did it. But you can see it's missing a large portion there, and then this whole side over here. Let's see, actually, yeah, all this is missing. This should be all connected. The fact that it isn't, and finding original square body parts right now is a pain in my butt. I've actually thought about buying a few parts trucks just to get that, and the fact that they were kind of cool. And then I found this company. This is acdelete.com, and they provide you with a more or less universal blank that still allows your factory blower motor, and yeah, it's supposed to go this way. So, there we go. Now I can see what you're seeing, right? It's supposed to go this way. It's really nice quality, it looks like. The fiberglass is really sturdy. acdelete.com, like I said. So yeah, we're gonna have to pull all of the stock stuff off the firewall and then somehow put this on. They're pre-marked, but they're not pre-drilled. That's a good thing, because I think one of my bolts is seized or broken, so that's, but we'll have to seal this to the firewall somehow. And then the thing I'm worried about is, I think this is for the AC. I don't necessarily think this is for the heat, but the relay needs to attach. Or this is the resistor. The resistor needs to go somehow in there. So this can just get screwed anywhere. This is all the stuff for the actual thing. This clip's probably all crappy. I have the wrong mount for filming right now because I was using the tripod, and whatever they're doing over there, how can you spend water for hours like that and not just be flooding everything? I don't know. So we're just gonna Rambletron this off, get this apart, pull the whole firewall, have the blower motor, everything uninstalled, and then we'll have to figure out what hole we have to make for that. I think the existing hole's actually still there. Yes. So realistically, I just have to copy that circular hole and then just self-tap 2 things through the plastic. So that's no biggie. We'll get the old stuff off, we'll get the new stuff partially figured out, and we'll get back into this. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew, and I should have just put the AC stuff back together. Should never have cut that box to begin with, but I was so excited to get the Duramax swap, that last 5% and just drivable, that I didn't care. I was not figuring out a shock tower that went around that box, and that box was in my way, so cut off wheel installs all it was. Alright, enough ramble. Let's get some work done. Comparison time? Okay, let's figure some stuff out. This seems all weird. Alright, I see a little more of what's going on here, and these are actually, these really, really great copies of the Firewall and everything. It threw me off because they don't include part of this swoop. There's no need for the channel for the AC evaporator, so it's just cut down in size, which threw me for a decent loop there. So yeah, I mean, it fits great. There are no holes in any of it, so there's a bunch of pre-done indentations for blower motor, and then these are the Firewall attachments all along the perimeter. There is no sealant on it, so you need to seal the Firewall. I'm actually going to go through and clean mine off, and then I think I'm going to paint up to the cowl line black, so we'll get all that on a quick time lapse too. As you saw at the beginning, I made the table sturdy, and the main reason I made the table sturdy is, see this? I can stand up and do things instead of getting, I'm 6'4", getting on my knee. I didn't want to say that. Working on my knees is not the optimal thing in any sort of way. So yeah, my knees suck, it hurts. I have the wiring, like I said. I want to make this thing fit, get this all cleaned up and properly painted, and we'll actually have heat for once. The relay that is sitting down here is perfect. I just have to make a hole, like I said, and mapping it out. Just set this over here for no reason. We're gonna go into the top, so it's gonna come down and just sit in there. This is temporary. It probably doesn't even need this for all I know. Temporary. So this is just so we can have heat. Yeah, the AC will be wired, but it won't work for now. Like I said, 50 times over. Because I'm rambling, and this was supposed to be a little, hey, I'll feel better, and a quick little video, and it's turned into nightmare as usual. So let's get the holes knocked out on this. Let's get the firewall cleaned up and painted, and then get some stuff reassembled here, and end this thing out. Day 2 of this fiasco, starting off with the ISO just dropped way down low because why? We're walking outside and I know the camera's gonna get mad at me. I did get the paint. I had to do a bunch of stuff off camera because it started getting way dark and I didn't have the lighting to try and deal with that. But not gonna be able to see for crap down here. Let's go ahead and brighten this all up. But yeah, everything is installed. I did cheat and get the hole already knocked out. Little 1.5 inch hole saw. Just need to throw in 2 little salt tappers to hold that down, but everything is good. I may run a small, oh, now it's all bright, stupid thing. So I may go ahead and run a small caulk bead around this entire thing. I'm not quite sure there. The factory silicone stuff did seal it up pretty good, but down in this corner there's a tiny, tiny little gap. And obviously a gap is just gonna let air out. I don't want that. Next we have to do the wiring. One little tip, caveat, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you're pulling the inner fender. I could have swore the lower bolt was not in on my heater box, the original one, and so we ended up having to pull all the hardware along the line of the inner fender. Pop the inner one. Spiderweb appeared overnight. Gross. But yeah, so pulled all that stuff out, got it all apart. Now all that should work. We have the heater core plug back in. I'm gonna have to add a little coolant because a little leaked out. It's just wiring. This is the new stuff. That's the old AC stuff, which we're actually gonna use. I was just double checking that I had this pin out the same as the wiring that I threw into the truck. I was an idiot and didn't pull any of the gauge cluster off, so I had to lay under there, press the gas pedal with the back of my head to then fit my head under the dash to be able to get the plug plugged in and all that to the actual blower motor controls. That's why I did it all off camera in the dark, because holy crap did it turn into just an absolute shit show. So going through the painting this diagram, I should just have to splice this one brown wire, but not on this harness. It's on the harness that's actually plugged in. I should just have to splice that one wire to the power source. We should have all working wiring then. One thing that I do have to do, however, is this wiring that's left, it needs to go through the firewall. And that actually needs to come over here. I'm just walking back and forth today. I need to drink more coffee. I'm still not awake. But yeah, that needs to plug to these. So they all match. So the red will run over to the junction block for the painless on the firewall for power, and then the other ones match up color-wise to that. So I need to splice those through the firewall. This goes to the blower motor. This goes to that relay that I have to self-tap into the thing. And then from there, we'll obviously test, make sure we have working heat. And yeah, pretty stoked. I did get wifey's new handlebar harness in, so I can pull this junk wiring here. Can route new wiring all the way through, finish this thing out, and then put this back outside so I have my garage space again. But yeah, enough of a ramble. Let's get some wiring finished up, see if we can get heat working. I feel like an idiot because yesterday was what, 70 something degrees, and it would have been nice to have the heat working, and today it's already, come on phone, let's see, on my phone, it's already 71 at just past 10 o'clock, so yeah, it's gonna be warm again. So I don't need the heat now, but might as well. We'll get the AC figured out at another point and get all that stuff done. I don't think I showed this, but I did get the firewall painted on that side. Obviously I need to pull that mount, pop that, and then I need to paint so it just matches. But that to me looks so much better on that side. Enough ramble, let's get some work done. It's hot, it's sunny. I just want to see if this stuff works. I think everything's ran, even have the AC stuff ran for obviously down the road. When we do AC, truck is dirty. It's hot in here too, jeez. Let's see, ignition. I'm gonna let the glow plugs go. Oh, it's my stereo saying hello. Oh, that click was the glow plugs going. I'm such an idiot. It's hot, so the glow plugs aren't taking as long. Let's see. Ready, guys? It's on low. Oh, we got a blower motor. It's 1 speed. Oh, I accidentally clicked it all the way to high. Well, we know it works. Oh, it's blowing junk through the vents and stuff like that. Yes. Oh, that's gonna be so good. And I guess I'm just gonna fire the truck up. I'm gonna end up moving it and getting the 64 in here for, let's get that, leave it on medium, how about that, and let the truck idle. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move it, get the next video started on work on the 64. In between, I'm gonna mess with wifey's Harley, but that's gonna be the end of this video. We were just fixing the heat, just a little something to get me to feel better. Feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I'm not as sick, I don't think, but enough rambling there. If you haven't already, like the video, throw me a comment down below. If you haven't hit, you know what to do. I don't need to tell you guys. With that, we're out of here. More progress to come, especially with the sponsor video, but Average Joe Builds, I'm out of here.